Alright, welcome to Scotch and Scripture. This is my top 5 whiskies that I've tried in 2024. Let's do it. Alright, well, I hope that 2024 has been as good a year for you as it's been for me. I have had a good one this year, I have to say, and I'm very much looking forward to the year of our Lord, 2025. This is my top 5 whiskies of the year. Now, this is not representative of any online awards or any other whiskey awards anywhere. This is just the top 5, my favourite whiskies that I've tried this year. So I'm leaving out some stuff that I know and love, like Lafroig 10, Ardbeg, Uigdal. Whiskies that I know I love that would probably win every year. They're not going to be in it. This is just my personal top 5 of the new whiskies I've tried this year and I've loved, and I thought maybe that would be of some use to you. I think though, number 1, my favourite whiskey of the year is going to surprise you, so make sure you stick around to the end of this video to find out which one it is. I don't know what that was all about. It is Christmas, unto us a child is born, and we are very, very happy that he was, and he is, and he's still alive, and it's good. Love Christmas time. I love New Year, but I like New Year a lot better in Scotland than I do in America. Scottish New Year is special. If you ever get a chance to be in Scotland for New Year, probably Edinburgh is the best place to be. It's a great time. New Year in America just tends to be a bit more low-key. Yeah, it's alright. Plenty of other things that I like about America, that's for sure. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into my number 5 of my top whiskies of 2024. Here we go. Alright, drum roll. It is the Mortlach 12 Speyside whiskey. What I love about this whiskey, apart from the fact this bottle looks like it could kill a man from 30 yards and then also be used, practically used as a tombstone, so, lots of uses. What I love about it, it's just got so many winning flavours, winning notes. It's beautifully sweet. It's got Amity notes, toffee, barley. It's jammy, which is something you usually find with wine. It's a little nutty, and there's some citrus stuff going through it on the nose. It's beautiful. When it finishes, it's long, it's lingering. It takes you a while, and for a 12-year-old, it's just it's in that sweet spot of the age ranges. It's just right there. It's pretty affordable, and I have really enjoyed this one this year. As you can see, it's something I've been telling friends about, and everybody who's tried it really enjoys it. And it's one of those bottles where if you have it on your shelf, it kind of looks like you know what you're talking about. So, Mortlach 12, my number 5. When I was a kid, the charts on the radio were always such a big deal. I kind of miss it. Remember listening to like the Sunday Countdown, coming in at number 4. I miss those days, man. All right, my number 4 of 2024 is the Craigellachie 13. When I bought this, I bought it for a couple of reasons. I bought it because I'd heard it was a good substitute for Springbank, and Springbank's quite hard to find. And I found myself agreeing with that statement. It's got a beautiful apple nose. Straight away you get a kind of cidery type aroma. Slightly meaty, a little burnt popcorn, which is unusual. It's got an oily mouthfeel, which makes my wife want to throw up. But those of us who know, we know it's good. And it has an amazing note of barbecued pineapple, if you can get there in your head. It's just a fantastic whiskey. It's 13 years old, which I really like. I think that's so cool. It's a Speyside. Craigellachie offer whiskies in unusual ages, 13, 17, 21. And it's really inexpensive. I think you can get it for like under $50, which for any Scotch whiskey in America is like really good. For a good Scotch, There's plenty of whiskies you can get under $50 which are not good. And you get that lovely biscuity kind of finish, kind of cookie shortbread type finish. Really, all in all, a brilliant wee whiskey, and it's my number 4 of 2024. Alright, number 3. This whiskey, I just keep coming back to it. I tell everybody about it. If you've watched the channel, you probably won't be surprised. My number 3 of my favourite whiskies in 2024 is the Benriach Smoky 12. Right, I keep coming back to it, as you can see. Somebody told me about the rule of thirds recently, where when you get down to a third of the bottle, it's time to replace it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. It's also Speyside. That's 3 Speysides in the top 5. I'm coming from a dedicated Islay man. I've been surprised at that. But this is just superb. Honestly, I think it's superb. It's got beautiful orangey, smoked orange, zesty, sweet brown sugar. It's got kind of chocolatey notes, beautiful almond, sweet sort of sherry, and then the finish, a lovely hint of smoke. So it just kind of hits so many notes that I love in whiskey all in one bottle, and for about $70, that's a reasonable hit for such a rewarding whiskey. Like I said, I'm kind of evangelistic about this. I've tried to convert many people, and everybody I've given it it to has really enjoyed it, but I personally think it's superb. It doesn't seem to get as much coverage as I think it should, but in that kind of affordable range, in that healthy 12-year age statement, I really think you're hard pressed to find a whiskey that ticks so many boxes. It could be a Speyside, it could maybe be an Islay, it could be a Highland, it could be a Lowland. It's probably not going to hit Campbelltown territory, but it would fit in well to any of those regions. I think it's really delicious. I would highly recommend it. It's my number 3 of 2024. So what's number 2 going to be? Right, of all the whiskies I tried for the first time this year, it was a big toss-up for the top 2 because I'm kind of torn a little bit by heart and head. And my heart told me this one, but my head told me the other one, and I think I made the right decision. This is my number 2 of 2024, and it is the Laphroaig Loire. Just gorgeous. It's an Islay. It's from, in my opinion, the king of Islay whiskies, Laphroaig. It is rich. It's said to come from, oh my goodness, it's said to come from some of Laphroaig's most precious stock, first fill sherry butts, quarter casks, and some stuff that they keep, I don't know, hidden away from the public. No age statement, which I'm always a bit suspicious of, but I'm over that with this. This is just so good. It doesn't have that medicinal note that Laphroaig's so famous for, which kind of threw me at first, but it's got such a rich texture, lovely smoke. It's really in that category of like the Uigdal or the Octomore. Just rich, really, really rich whiskey. Delicious, perfect Christmas whiskey if you can get it. In the US, it's about $130. I've seen it for about, I think maybe about 70 or 80 quid in the UK, and then wherever that would be in your neck of the woods. Really pungent peat smoke. It's got that beautiful Islay sea spray, sea salt, ash, chocolate, and it's actually quite a short finish with a beautiful lingering sweetness that comes in at the end, which makes it almost the perfect whiskey. It's absolutely sensational. Cannot recommend it highly enough, and it was nearly number 1. Were it not for the fact that there is a pretender to the throne, and it surprised me. I think it'll surprise you. And if you haven't already, this would be a good time to like and subscribe, especially as we go into 2025. Got a lot of plans for the channel next year. I'm excited to try and make them happen. And before we go on to my number 1 of the year, I just want to thank absolutely everybody who has liked, subscribed and watched the videos. I never really knew if this was going to be worth doing, and just judging by the comments alone, I think it has been. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope it's a blessing to you at times, and I hope that it's fun as well. But I just want to thank you all sincerely for sticking with me, allowing me to be able to do this a little bit, and I should probably thank my wife for letting me do it probably more than you. Alright, enough of that, let's get to number 1. Right, I think this is gonna surprise you because it surprised me, and it surprised me for a few reasons, but number 1, it's not a single malt, it is a blended malt, and I'm kind of a snob about single malts, so it kind of blew me away. I found out about this bottle through my local dealer here, who really knows his stuff, and he said, you're gonna love this, and I said, nah, it's a blend. He goes, trust me, you're gonna love it. Okay. So I bought it, it's $60. It is a blend, but it is a blend from one region. It has 5 bottles in it, 5 single malts in it, and it is, in my opinion, absolutely sensational. And it is my number 1 for 2024 of my favourite whiskies is the Campbelltown Loch. Now, it says Springbank right here, so we already know it's going to be good. The colour is sensational. It's a blended malt Scotch whisky, so it only has single malts in it. It has 3 single malts from Springbank, 1 from Glen Scotia and 1 from Glengyle. It is a homage to the Campbelltown region, a region which has really just kind of got under my skin this year and I've really grown to love, and I'm going to have a wee dram of it with you. Slanjava. But $60 for the bottle, just a wonderful nose. It's so Campbelltown, it's unreal. You've got that Campbelltown thing where they seem to hit, it's just all the notes. It's amazing. They're soft, there's kind of peach in it, apricot, raisin, jam, there's lemon, kind of like a lemon meringue, there's a little sea salt, it's floral, there's honey there. Gorgeous vanilla, caramel on the palate. You get juice, you get spice, you get a sea salt, seaweed, all these flavours that they shouldn't work together, but they work. They're so well together. I mean, that's why it's a blend. It's been blended from 5 exquisite whiskies and made into something just incredibly special. And honestly, it's so affordable for what it is, and I think people are sleeping on it. There are variations of it. You can get a really expensive Christmas version. There's like an age statement Campbelltown Loch. This is the entry level one because I'm a man of the people, and there's only so much my wife will put up with. But I think this is absolutely brilliant. On the finished gingery, you get a hint of an oat cake, which is like, I don't know how you describe an oat cake. It's like pressed oats baked into like a cracker, but it's not a cracker. It's a bit softer. And we in Scotland we eat them with cheese, like cheddar cheese on an oatcake is sensational. Blue cheese. It's got that kind of really. It's just very. I mean, I know this sounds silly, but it's very, very Scottish. It's so good. It's undeniably Scottish, and it's a worthy winner. I think it'd be an excellent gift if you could find it to give to somebody who loves whiskey. If you can't get your hands on a Springbank or Glengyle and you see this, don't turn your nose up at it. Get it. It's honestly so good, and it just keeps delivering. It's really rewarding, and it is my worthy winner of my favourite whiskey that I've tried in 2024. Hamilton Law. God bless you. Right, again, thank you for the support. Please do like and subscribe. That's me for the year. I'll see you in 2025. Don't forget, Jesus is the reason for the season, and it's in His name that I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas indeed and a Happy New Year. See you next year. Slanjava.